Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some products that are $8 or less, and originally I will say I was going to do a back to school shopping list tutorial, well, not tutorial, but instead I decided to just have it be $8 or less. That way, no matter what situation you're in, you can feel like this is the video for you if you're looking for anything that is budget friendly. So before we jump in, really quick, I wanted to share a Nelson Mandela quote about education. And he says, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." I am very passionate about education. It is something that's really important to me, and I am so grateful for all the education that I have had thus far. But I don't even mean formal education. I want to make that clear that I think it's just as important no matter what education level you have. You just keep trying to learn something and keep trying to learn and grow every single day. So I hope you do that, and I'm going to try to do that too. And let's go ahead and jump into the video. Today I wanted to quickly remind you I try to do everything in the order in which I apply the products. So I am going in that order, and that way if you are looking at similar videos where I make suggestions, you can kind of know about what order they might be in just if you've watched enough. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful, and without further ado, let's jump in. So first I wanted to talk about the e.l.f. brow pencil. This is in the shade Natural Brown, and it is $2. And I just feel like this has a decent size little tip right here, and it still will give you those hair-like strokes that you might want in your brows. And yeah, for $2, it's hard to beat that, and it's not something that is too waxy that just is really hard to put on. And yeah, I think it is something worth trying if you really, aren't happy with your current brow products. So let's go ahead and talk about primer now. I have probably mentioned this a time or two because it is honestly my favorite. This is the Maybelline Master Prime, and this one is $8. That is honestly why I had to do $8 or less. I was gonna do $7 or less, but then I could not leave this out, and it's almost $8. So yeah, this one is my go-to primer. It is my very favorite, and I really recommend it if you have dry skin. Try it out, see if you like it. And the good news is, if you don't like it, there are return policies, and I will link my makeup return policy video. So anyway, if you have oily skin though, look for something that says mattifying at the bottom here. I believe that they have a few different options for mattifying or pore filling primers, so check their Master Prime line out and see if you find anything that you like. And let's go on to eyeshadow. So really quickly, I wanted to mention this When Wild eyeshadow palette. It's in the shade, well, the palette name is Rosé in the Air, and a lot of people have compared this to the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Modern Renaissance one, and I do agree that it has very similar colors, and of course, that's nice, but at the same time, dupes like this don't really bother me that much because honestly, if I were going to spend $45 on that palette, I would do it because it's the quality. This one, like, it's not going to match the quality. It's just not because it's $5. But it still does have good quality and it still has fun colors. So if you are looking for something that you want similar colors but you don't want to spend a lot of money, then this is a nice one. I feel like you can do some easy daytime looks, some very pretty looks, some more subtle daytime work looks, just whatever you want to do. There's warm tones and cool tones and even like pink and purple tones. So I just feel like this has a lot of options, and for $5 that is hard to beat. Now, you guys have probably heard me mention this a time or two before, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this one is in the shade Porcelain, and yes, the lid is on backwards right now. But this is the dewy and smooth version. I personally prefer this because I have dry skin and I recommend it for people with dry skin. But if you have oily skin, try the matte and poreless version because that one is going to be more suitable for you. So, and this one is about $6, I believe. So I think it's a good option if you are looking for something that is fairly inexpensive. But I will tell you that this is a sheer to light coverage. So it is going to show through those cute little freckles, and if you're worried about blemishes, you can grab some concealer to really cover that up. But I really sometimes enjoy having a sheer to light coverage foundation. I just think it is better for an everyday look for me personally, and that's what I recommend. But yeah, try this out if you're interested in that kind of a thing. Moving on to the Makeup Revolution concealer. I've talked about this many times. This is a different shade than my normal because it's more of my summer shade. So this is C6, but they do have quite a few shades, and this may not be my absolute favorite concealer, but for drugstore concealer, I do really, really like it. And I honestly think in combination with my NYX setting powder, I I just think my NYX setting powder is probably my favorite, but I think that one's a little more than $8, so I didn't put it in the video. And to be honest, I don't use it every single day, but I do like it with most of my concealers. I just thought I would mention that. Now let's go ahead and talk about some setting powder. Really quickly, I wanted to mention the Rimmel Stay Matte. And I will say, I think this is a great powder, especially if you have oily skin. And it's something you could just throw in your bag with a powder brush and use for touching up all day long as well. So I really recommend it. Also, this was on sale at Walgreens for $3.47. So, if you are looking for something, this is probably a good time to pick it up. I would imagine the sales would be consistent, but I don't know that for sure. I think it's originally $5 though. So this is a great option. Now, if you have dry skin, I will be honest, my favorite one is the NYX HD setting powder. That one is $10, and I didn't want to put it in the video because it's not under $8, but not only that, I don't always wear it, and so I just didn't want to put it in here because I also talk about it a lot, but just know that. And now let's talk about the natural bronzer from Rimmel, and I just think this is a really good bronzer. I think that it has a nice warm tone to it, but it's not too orange, and it's just, I think that it's pretty smooth, and I just really like it. And yeah, this one was also $3.47, and I think normal price is $5. So if you're looking for something that's inexpensive, but it will still do the job and that still blends out really nicely, then check this one out. And moving on to highlighter, this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, and they do have a few color options. So if you have really fair skin, they have a lighter one, and then they have a darker one as well, but this one is kind of a champagne color, and I just think that it is a really nice highlight. And if you don't want something that's too bright and you just want something that's more everyday, looks more natural, but makes your skin look really nice and dewy and youthful, then I think this is a good option. Now let's jump into talking about eyeliner. I wanted to first mention the Essence Gel Liner, and this is again one of those potted eyeliners, and it's a nice matte black, and it is like $3.99 or $2.99, I don't know, $3 or $4, but it is a inexpensive gel liner, but it still has a lot of pigment. It goes on nicely, and it doesn't come with a brush, but this one's just the Wet n Wild brush for like 89 cents or $1. So I think that works great. And then I also have the Essence eyeliner pen. This is a felt tip pen, and it is waterproof, and I just think this is such an easy application. So if you're more into that, then this is a good option. And really quick, I wanted to throw a little tip into this video. So if you are having issues with getting your eyeliner to keep from smudging, then go ahead and grab some black eyeshadow and just press that on top of the eyeliner on your eyelid, and that should help set it and keep it from going anywhere. Now let's talk about mascara. This is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot in the it's the Volume Express, and I do have a lot of mascaras that I like from the drugstore, and to be honest, probably my favorite is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but I also love the Essence 18-hour volume mascara that I think is $4.99. This one is about $7, and then the L'Oreal is $12. So if you want something that's $8 or less, this definitely fits in, and then the Essence one as well. I didn't grab my Essence one because I've talked about it so much, and I recently talked to someone who said that didn't work for them, and although it works for me, if it doesn't work for someone who I know is watching my channel, I also wanted to make sure that I am mentioning something else so that people know that they have options. So anyway, I just wanted to say that, and say that this is a good option if you're looking for something that is a little bit cheaper. So now let's talk about lip products. This is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Nude, and this one is just one of my favorite drugstore formulas for lip liner, and I just really like it. It has such a nice shade range, as far as I think that they have quite a few different colors, but this one is just a really pretty, almost neutral kind of pink, and then the formula just glides on so nicely, and I just really enjoy it. So sometimes what I'll do is just completely fill in the lips with this, and then I will grab my Hard Candy Plumping Serum and put that all over the lids on top. This is in the shade Sugar Sugar, and I also have the shade First Kiss, and I like that one a lot as well. So those are probably my favorite lip glosses. But if you're really not into lip gloss and lip liner, just really quick, I wanted to mention that Neutrogena has a little chapstick tube that's probably this big, that's black, and then it's like a very oval shape to the tube. And yeah, that one I think is about $7. So if you want to pick that up instead, then that is always an option. I just don't happen to have one on hand. So anyway, that wraps up this video, and I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also if you could comment down below on some videos you would like to see next, that would really help me out. It would help me to know what you guys are interested in seeing and what you kind of are wishing you knew more about. So let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye!